Today's the day. Reaper modifications. Properly centered in the garage, wheel chocks, lug nuts loosened, floor jack placed, jack stands placed, floor jack placed, battery not disconnected because it's in the trunk and I don't want to accidentally close the trunk, but I don't think I need to disconnect the battery for this project. All right, we're all lifted. We got jack stands front and back. I had bought a new set of jack stands that I thought were going to be bigger, but they're weaker. They're 3-ton jack stands, but they're smaller than my old ones. And I've got my big set under the front, under the engine, of course. But anyway, jacked up about as high as I dare go. Step one here, I've got to remove the exhaust from the catalytic converter's back. And you can see these band clamps are, the original nuts. So I'm gonna give it some PB Blaster and let it soak. I probably should have put something under it, shouldn't I? I'll get some paper towels. I'm gonna go over to the other side and do the same thing because I've gotta get those bolts off to get the exhaust back. Now, you can see the catalytic converters there, and on the other side, there's an O2 sensor sticking down there. So, my new headers have catalytic converters also, but they're gonna be all the way down here. So I bought some extensions for the O2 sensors. Anyway, so all of that's coming out also, but for my first part of this job, from the catalytic converter's back, the exhaust has to come out. So I've got to take out this cross member that holds up and the heat shield, and then I've got to undo the drive line. So catalytic converter's back, cat's back, and then drive line out really is my goal for today. All right, it's another day. I got my goal achieved for the weekend. Today's Monday, and there it is. So we got, and it's a little bit of a mess, but I want to show you anyway. So there's the differential oil. I drained that before getting it out. And so there's the axles. So 2 axles and half of my drive shaft. That was the big deal. We had to disassemble the entire rear suspension on both sides to get those axles out. And we just kind of stuck them back together and put the bolts sort of back where they go, because I'm going to have to, reverse the process when I get the differential back. So got the differential taken over to the gear shop. I sent that over to Differential and Gear of Fort Worth to re-gear my rear end here. Switching up from the 327 gears that came stock to 391s. Apparently I got one of the last original OE GM 391 gear sets for this car for the 8.6-inch rear end differentials. So anyway, got that over to the shop, and I don't know, they're telling me it's going to take 10 days. So I've got other things to do. So let me show you this. So that is one bushing, and there is another, and they're similar on the other, they're exactly the opposite on the other side. So I'm going to press those out, and I've got a new set. There's a red theme here. I've got new shocks. They're not just shocks, they're coilovers. I got new coilovers that are by Pedders, and so the springs are red, and the new bushings by BMR are red. Anyway, got the differential out. That was the big goal for the weekend. I'm going to set up my light and see if I can show you how I'm going to get the exhaust manifold bolts out right now.